Samsung Galaxy S24 Plus review. Finally, the Plus has a reason to exist. Samsung has furnished its latest Galaxy S Series Plus model with the usual smattering of iterative design, display, and hardware upgrades, but it's the phone's impressive AI capabilities that finally narrow the gap with the more expensive Galaxy S24 Ultra. Unless you're dead set on having the latter's titanium frame and superior camera credentials, the Galaxy S24 Plus could be a great cost-effective alternative with few compromises. The Samsung Galaxy S23 Plus was rumored to be the last Plus-branded entry in Samsung's long-running flagship Galaxy S series, and had a successor, the Samsung Galaxy S24 Plus, not been unveiled at Galaxy Unpacked 2024. It would have been easy to forgive the company for calling time on its awkwardly positioned middle-child devices. Despite offering Galaxy Ultra sizing at a more accessible price, Samsung's Galaxy Plus phones have seldom, if ever, proven better value for money than its all-singing, all-dancing Ultra devices. This year, though, the Galaxy S24 Plus is a much more enticing proposition. Its display is objectively better than the one you'll find on the standard-sized Samsung Galaxy S24, and it doesn't lose out on the impressive AI features that Samsung is touting as the key selling point of the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra. Specifically, the Galaxy S24 Plus benefits from QHD display technology, a feature previously reserved for the Galaxy S23 Ultra, and a bespoke Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 chipset, or Samsung's own Exynos 2400. Depending on your region, that places AI at the forefront of the mobile experience. The former upgrade is far from game-changing. It essentially means the Plus's 6.7-inch screen is sharper and more detailed than the S24's FHD equivalent, but it's enough to better differentiate the Plus from its cheaper sibling. The latter, by contrast, brings a parity to the Galaxy S24 range that we haven't seen, well, ever. Galaxy AI is the umbrella term for Samsung's suite of AI-powered features, which range from real-time text and call translation to generative photo editing. I tried out several of these features during my brief hands-on time with the Galaxy S24 Plus, and while their level of real-world utility remains to be seen, their seamless integration into Samsung's One UI is seriously impressive. On the physical upgrade front, the Galaxy S24 Plus sports marginally narrower bezels and a slightly flatter design than its predecessor, though its supposedly stronger Armor aluminum frame is the most noticeable change. The phone's 4,900 mAh battery is a touch larger, too, though this is unlikely to equate to much, if any, real-world battery life improvement. If you're after the best camera phone around, the Galaxy S24 Ultra is the way to go, but the new Plus model boasts some decent photography hardware nonetheless. The phone retains its predecessor's 50MP wide lens, f/1.8, 12MP ultra-wide lens, f/2.2, 10MP telephoto lens, f/2.4, 3x optical zoom, and 12MP selfie camera, f/2.2, though the aforementioned addition of Galaxy AI has thrown some neat new AI-powered editing capabilities into the mix. I haven't spent enough time with the Galaxy S24 Plus to deliver a full verdict on its value for money offering yet, but after some brief hands-on time with the device at Galaxy Unpacked 2024, I can safely say that Samsung's latest second-tier flagship is an objectively better phone than last year's S23 Plus, and one that might finally make buyers think twice. For the first time, the display on Samsung's latest Galaxy Plus model is objectively superior to the display used by its standard sibling. Specifically, the Galaxy S24 Plus uses a 6.65-inch dynamic AMOLED 2X display, with QHD technology that delivers improved sharpness and detail compared to the screen on the smaller Galaxy S24. Previously, QHD displays have been reserved for Samsung's Ultra phones, and although the differences here aren't all that noticeable, it's good to see Samsung giving the Galaxy S24 Plus the best screen possible. The other display upgrades are shared between the Galaxy S24 and S24 Plus. Both phones get a new peak brightness of 2600 nits, as well as improved outdoor visibility thanks to Samsung's Vision Booster feature. Their refresh rates have also been improved. You'll now get 1 to 120 Hz instead of 48 to 120 Hz. All of these features combine to deliver the biggest, boldest, and brightest Galaxy S Plus display yet, and although I'll need to conduct further testing, I was able to use the phone under the bright lights of Samsung's hands-on testing space without issue. Camera Samsung S24. If there's one big disappointment with the Galaxy S24 Plus, it's the lack of changes in the camera hardware department. The phone retains its predecessor's 50MP wide lens, f/1.8, 12MP ultra-wide lens, f/2.2, 10MP telephoto lens, f/2.4, 3x optical zoom, and 12MP selfie camera, f/2.2. This isn't necessarily a bad thing. I was impressed with the all-round photography capabilities of the Galaxy S23 Plus, but an S23 Ultra-style 200MP main sensor wouldn't have gone amiss. Samsung has instead turned to AI for this year's camera-related Galaxy upgrades, with a suite of new editing tools on hand to help you recompose and remaster photos. Edit suggestion, for instance, uses Galaxy AI to suggest suitable photo tweaks, while Generative Edit can fill in parts of an image background with Generative AI. Instant Slow Mo can generate additional frames to add more detail, or the illusion of more detail, to videos, while Super HDR reveals lifelike previews before the shutter is ever pressed. I'll need to further test these features before passing judgment on their utility, but the demos given by Samsung staff for each were supremely impressive. Generative AI looks particularly mind-blowing, although it does raise some awkward questions about authenticity, beauty standards, and the value of photography in 2024. Performance: Samsung S24, Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 chipset in the US, Exynos 2400 elsewhere. Larger vapor chamber and ray tracing support. Much to the chagrin of Samsung fans the world over, Samsung has again split the chipset offering for its latest Galaxy phones, though rumors suggest that the situation isn't as bad as it was for the Galaxy S22 line, where the Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 outperformed the Exynos 2200 by some margin. Specifically, the chipset powering your Galaxy S24 Plus depends on the region in which you buy the phone. Those in the US get a bespoke version of Qualcomm's newly released Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 chipset, while those in Europe and other regions get Samsung's new Exynos 2400 chipset. Luckily, however, early benchmark results promise similar real-world performance from both chipsets, so I don't expect the differences to be significant this year, although the Snapdragon may prove slightly more efficient than the Exynos in the long run. In my brief time with a Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 powered Galaxy S24 Plus, the phone was able to juggle gaming, heavy-duty video recording, and multiple apps with ease. Speaking of gaming, the Galaxy S24 Plus benefits from a vapor chamber that's 1.9x larger than its predecessor, which Samsung says will deliver improved heat dissipation. All three Galaxy S24 phones offer ray tracing support, too, so the Galaxy S24 Plus might prove to be one of the best gaming phones of 2024. The Galaxy S24 Plus has a 4,900 mAh battery, which is a 200 mAh increase over the S23 Plus's 4,700 mAh power pack. That said, I'm not expecting the new phone to offer significantly better real-world battery life than its predecessor. I found that the Galaxy S23 Plus could comfortably last for almost 2 days when testing that phone, so I'm anticipating something similar from the Galaxy S24 Plus. I'll confirm as much in my upcoming review of the phone.